GENEPAULACEPETER here, and I'm doing a video response for Rays Fans Comics, 211 subscribers. Congratulations, man. I know I haven't been here on YouTube a lot, but I still watch everybody's videos, and Rays Fans, I enjoy his pickups, and to me, he's a real collector. He's a good collector. He enjoys the hobby, and yeah, he has fun with it. So, and one thing I like about him, and I'm showing this for that purpose, is that he's very specific in that, like, he has a favorite and he goes for that, and it was one of the things that got him into it was Nova. So I love that kind of thing. I love people with a specific goal when they collect. So first, he asked a bunch of questions, and first question was first real comic or first comic you bought and read type thing. And the first comic I bought and read was Justice League of America 200. Now, this is an upgrade I bought the other day, and this is the original one. This is my original copy here that I have. And as you can see, it's a little not as white as the other one. I've got tape all going down and everything, but Justice League 200, it's probably the most epic comic book ever. And every time I tell people, they say, you know, this question comes up, what is your favorite comic book of all time? My favorite comic book of all time is Justice League of America 200, hands down. You got everybody, and it really was my birth into buying comic books. And I bought this when I was 3 years old. And I carried this around with me. Of course, I didn't read it. I wasn't really big on reading then. But I loved the pictures, and it was amazing. And I carried this around with me for, I don't know, well into junior high. I had this was part of my book bag, filling my book bag up every night. This book went in there, and I would draw it in class and things like that. Second question he asked, he says, why do you collect? Well, the biggest reason for me that I collect is it gives me a big peace of mind. I've had some difficulties in my life, and one of the things I found that was able to keep me grounded and focused was collecting. I started collecting at a really young age. Like I said, 3 years old was the first comic I bought, but I didn't really start collecting until about 6 or 7 years old. I was 8 by the time I got my first Overstreet Price guide. But I mainly collect because it makes me happy. And I think a lot of collectors can actually say that that's why they collect, because it makes them happy. But in particularly for myself, I can definitely say that I'm very grateful for comics, and they have definitely helped me get through a lot of things that have come my way in life. And I just love collecting. I mean, it's really that broad. I just love collecting, and it really reminds me of my youth and my childhood. And I make myself sound like I'm super old, but I'm on the wrong side of 30, let's say that. So yeah, that would be probably the reason I collect comics. The top artists for the decade type thing, he wanted to know, that was the next question. And I can go right through, because as an artist myself, I do have certain favorites. Like when I get in the 50s, Alex Toth, Jack Davis, and Johnny Craig. 3 of my favorites from the 50s. In the 60s, again, Toth, but the 60s, you can't help but say it's dominated by Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby is the 60s. He shaped it. He shaped all what we look at, how we look at heroes and everything like that. So Kirby for sure for the 60s. For the 70s, it's got to be Neil Adams and Bernie Wrightson, in my particular opinion. I also love other artists like Kaluta, Nick Cardy, Gil Kane through the 60s and 70s. But in the 70s in particular, Neil Adams dominated, and Bernie Wrightson did too. In the 80s only one for me in particular is Walt Simonson. Just his work on Thor is just, you know, some people might say John Byrne. For me, it's definitely Simonson. 90s, Silvestri. Silvestri was one of the greatest artists to come out of the 90s. He obviously gets undershadowed often by Todd McFarlane, as does everybody. Ray himself picked up, said Rob Liefeld, and yeah, love him or leave him, he did shape the 90s. You know, everything has a shape, I guess, so And for the 2000s, would definitely be Michael Turner. He is an artist that left too soon, and he left behind a huge legacy, I think. Very small, but huge. It was way too soon. And then the last thing he wanted was to pick a number between 1 and 100. And I'm going to pick number 72, because 72 is my favorite year for comic books. So many things came out that year, and yeah, 72 is my number. Alright, Ray, thanks so much for having this contest, and I wish everybody good luck, and yeah, here's some more videos. Cheers.